Hello, everybody. Today we are looking at the flagship flat style earbuds. This is from Bgvp, makers of some really nice earphones, earbuds, etc. This one is the Dx6. Now, a long time ago we did the Dx5, which was in a smaller box, and this was a really unique, really nice looking IM. Didn't have much bass, but it was mid-centered, and it was decent overall. As for earbuds go, I kind of like a little more bass, but that is really not an easy thing to get out of a set of earbuds because there's so many different factors. They have to actually fit in your ears in the right way, and it's all going to depend on fit, and then it'll come down to the sound signature. So these guys come in this really big box. They got a lot of accessories. This is far more of a flagship than the DX5 was. And there are some fixed cables versions of this that I've seen. I don't know if those are real DX6s or what, but this one is not a fixed cable. This one has a really nice cable. We'll get into that in just a minute. Here's the case that you'll be getting. This is a really big, really good case. I mean, you can fit a DAP in here, one of the smaller ones. There's the IEMs themselves. They're very beautiful, very well made, and this beautiful silver, shiny silver cable. Good thickness to that overall too. Good fit and finish. So you're getting obviously the flagship grade flat earphones. They have a labyrinth acoustic structure inside of them, and they feature a 14.2 millimeter LCP composite diaphragm, high density acoustic foam used for tuning, and the cable is a 6N OCC silver plated hybrid cable. And it's got swappable termination. We'll get into that in just a second. It's got an MMCX connector and professional tuning adjustment high-res audio certified. Where is it? The little sticker there. So let's take a look at some of the technical specs. The driver, a 14.2 millimeter driver. That's a good driver. Good size there. I've had others with, I think the biggest I've had before was 13. I might have had the very rare 16, I'm not sure, but I think 13 was the most that I've had that I can think of. Impedance is 32 ohms, 122 decibels, 10 to 40 kilohertz. The maximum rated power is 10 milliwatts. THD plus N is 0.5%. Channel difference is less than 1 decibel. And anything else noted in my notes? Not really. It's made out of aviation grade aluminum alloy. And this is about 80, I think, I don't see a price on my notes, 80 something dollars, roughly under 90 for these. So let's take a look at the units themselves first and foremost. We're going to take a look at the cable. Like I said, this cable is really beautiful, to be quite honest. Geez, I really wish I could buy a couple of these. These are really nice. MMCX, not my most favorite connector in the universe. This is the unit itself, very pretty. The DX5 was very similar to this. I don't feel like taking it out of the box, as a matter of fact. This is a nice logo. This is very pretty, kind of jade mint green color. Even the splitter, same color, and even the connections on the end, the MMCX connections. Very nice cable. Comes with the little Velcro fastener there. Now the big deal is this guy here. So, all right, you're using suppose you have an amp, and it has, usually you'll get a 3.5 and a 4.4 on the medium size portable amps, and usually you get a 4.4 on most of the desktop units. Will have like XLR, and the easiest XLR connector usually is 4.4. So you have your 4.4. Now you have a set of earbuds with XLR, so that comes in convenient. Then there are some of things like the Griffin have 4.4. But suppose you go down smaller. Suppose you have something like the hit is the AP80. Well, you can just pop that off. There is a groove right there. And inside here, there is also a groove. Take off your 4.4 right there. And you go into your little package here. And now you'll have your 2.5, which the other one has. It also has a 3.5. But if you want balanced, then you have this and this. And you get this. Now this has the protective tape on it because I haven't used these yet. Basically been using this with the V6 in the background and the Griffin. And it's nice to know you got all three of these. That's why I like this cable. I love these type of cables. These cables have been around for a while. I recently got one from OKCSC, and then I got the one from here, and then I think I got another one. And honestly, it works out because you don't have to keep rummaging through cables. You have one cable that can go on whatever you have, no matter what kind of day you're having or what you're leaving, or you want to take your V6, but you ran out of power. So now you're going to grab the little AP80. Well, now you need this plug or this plug. You have only the Griffin, which doesn't have a 3. Right? Does it have a 3? Yeah, it has a 3, but it doesn't have the 2, so you'd need the 4 or that. You're all set with that. That's what I like about this. And I'm going to put this over here for now. I'm actually going to put this back on because... And it's just easy like that. And there you go. Now you got a 4. So looking at these guys... Excellent build quality with these guys. Not a big fan of MMCX, but excellent build quality. It's got kind of like a sparkly kind of texture to it. There's a big vent there. Nice size. And these fit in my ears good. I don't know what the diameter of these is exactly, but they fit into my ears well. And a lot of the problem with these, and one of the main reasons why I don't have a lot of these, and I do have a few. I mean, I'm trying to think. We have the 5, we have the Stellar, we have the Libseed, we have the No Name, the Chicone. I don't know. I got less than a dozen of these. And it all depends on the fit. Now, these are very popular overseas because of, it doesn't go in your ear where you're going to have a lot of sweat and dirt, and you can get an ear infection, or you can damage the IM with moisture. And then, of course, full-size headphones are too much. They're too hot, they get sweaty, then the leather starts peeling. The best bet is these are on ears, and these are a little bit better. These handle the sweat better. You put the little foams over them, wherever the other piece went. These little foams, this one comes with a whole bunch of sets of different foams. We'll get into that in just a minute. Here's some red and blue for left and right. Nice little pouchy thing here. I think the AP80 can fit in there just fine. And you got these little foams. So what I do is I carry those with me, and these as well. I put these back in the little plastic. And then you don't have to worry no matter what you got with you. If you got a backup DAP and you go to switch over and you say, oh shoot, this one's 3.5 millimeter only, it's not balanced, you're all set. You have a cable, you have a balanced cable, you have a non-balanced cable, all in one. And we'll leave that at that. Let's look into the box pretty quick. Inside the box, you'll get this manual that will cover a lot of different things, how to put on the air hook things, and I personally don't like the air hook things. On stuff like this and bullet shapes, I just like the cable to hang down, but it's nice to know that they're included. Really pretty looking box with a lot of accessories. So like I said, you're going to get a bunch of the foam tips, sponge tips, whatever you want to call them. Get a whole bunch of them, different colors, black, red and blue, a couple of sets of those. Depending on your preference, you're going to get these guys here, which are really made out of nice silicone for your ears, in case you want to use the ear hooks for a little bit more secure, maybe you're running or something. A little clip, which I guess comes in handy. You can clip it to your clothes to keep it from moving around, making more noise. And of course, all the adapters with the cable and everything. So that's basically everything that's in the box. A lot of nice accessories, very premium accessories, including the case and the really nice looking cable and everything else. Sound-wise, now, you want to know what the sound is, signature of it, because that's the most important thing. Now, these do have kind of a smooth, kind of relaxed sound signature with them. They definitely aren't like bass heavy, but there is really good bass. Now, the mid bass is very prominent. It's got a lot of punch to it. There's definitely impact there in the mid bass. Sub bass, you can hear the sub bass. It's not a super prominent. It can show itself depending on the track that you're listening to. But overall, these aren't overly bassy. That said, the bass on this is far superior to the DX5. I remember listening to DX5, it was like the bass was like missing. And they were more just mid-focused and a little bit more detailed, a little bit more sharp. Now you get to these, and these have, decent bass texture to them. The bass isn't overly weighty. It's present, but it's not the main focus of this. That said, it is still decent for a set of earbuds. There's decent enough bass there. Moving into the mids. The mids are actually very clear, a little bit of warmth to them, but very present, very, very neutral sounding mids. They have kind of a natural tonality to them. Very nice timbre. Just overall, very good sounding, both male and female. And mids are the focus with this. Moving on to the highs are decent. There is a few little sharp spikes there, especially at higher volumes. Definitely, you don't want to listen to these at too much of a volume because they're right in your ear anyway. And of course, being an earphone, a flat earphone, all your surroundings, your ambient sound is going to be there. More, there's less isolation. That does make them sound more open, though. Kind of akin to like wearing an on-ear headphone. I always associate these with like an on-ear headphone, only a little bit better, I guess, because it's smaller and it's right, just hanging on the outside of your ear instead of just completely on the outside of your ear. And overall, though, very pleasant sound. Like I said, it's a warmer sound. It's kind of smooth. It's less analytical and more just enjoyable. And then we get into the soundstage, and obviously it's a bud. The soundstage is going to be very wide. Now, in terms of technicalities, this has decent technicalities. They're actually pretty good. There's some good layering there. There's definitely some good accuracy in the soundstage. Things like brass instruments sound really, really good. And just overall, I think like for jazz and stuff like that, even though these are good for like an all around, I think like jazz, these would just really just shine. And some other types of music also. I think people would really like these for that. So that said, I think that I would recommend these. Even though these aren't my favorite kind of thing in the world, these kind of are one out of like 3 that I have. And like I said, I have probably a dozen. These are 1 out of 3 that I would like keep out and actually use from time to time when I'm in the mood for this type of earphone. One of the other being the One More Dual. And what was the other one? The VE Monk. I didn't mind the Stellar, but overall I think that the 2 best that I have would be this and the One More. In terms of build quality, good sound, I think the One Mores have a little bit more bass, but I think these have a little bit better in the mids and the highs. Overall, really do like these. Really do like these guys right here. They're actually really nice looking, and they're comfortable, and they actually stayed in my ear, which I like. I don't know if the diameter is different. That said, I'd like to try these out. I do have a pair of silicones. I don't know if they're actually going to fit these. I'll try them out with the silicone because I actually prefer the silicone over the foams. Plus, the foams are such a pain to get on in the first place. Once they stretch out, they're easy. But I do like the silicone rings that go on it because then it just kind of stays in your ear a little bit more securely. But these did a decent job. I could walk around with these and they didn't actually pop out of my ear. So I like that. So, yeah, that's about it. It's a nice, kind of smooth, relaxing, kind of warmish signature. Really lends itself well to a lot of different types of music. Bass is there, but it's not the main focus. But mid-bass does have impact. You'll actually notice that, especially listening to like rock music. And quite pleasant, to be honest. Quite pleasant. Made extremely well. I mean, $80-something. This cable and this case, and because it's a swappable cable in this huge case, that would probably be worth almost $80 right there. But you're also getting the earphones and all kinds of other stuff with it. So definitely lives up to the flagship. I would say, in a nutshell, that the DX6 far exceeds the DX5 in every way. And it's like light years beyond the DX4. I think, did I have the DX4? Whatever the one was that I had before this one from Bgvp. Just way better in every way. They keep improving, keep making things much better. Just be on the lookout to make sure you get the genuine one. I'll leave the link down below for this one, from Pickup Audio, because there are some of these that have a fixed cable and they're completely round, and I don't know where that came from. I don't know if this series was revised at some time, but this is the true flagship. You're going to have MMCX. It's removable and a swappable cable. That's what you want to get. You don't want to pay $80 for anything other than this one. So I'll leave a link down below to them, and you can get these from them if you're interested. If this is the kind of thing that you like. Me personally, I like IAMs and full-size headphones better. But once in a while, these come in handy, especially in the hot weather, which is never-ending lately. So this has been the Bgvp Dx6. This is their flagship flat-style earbuds. Thank you so much for watching. Please be safe, and I will see you somewhere out on the internet.